like Steve obviously is around. He's over there. Just how involved is he? How good is he to see him?
It's obviously great. Anytime you get to hear his voice, see his face, um, he's obviously been doing his homework in between his downtimes to help us get prepared for the series. And you know he misses being around, the day-to-day routine and the atmosphere and practice and locker rooms and games and all that. So for him to even just have the energy and the ability to be here means a lot. So hopefully he's feeling better.
Is this the first time we've seen him in a while?
Since we left.
For Salt Lake.
I think since we left, we saw him right before he went to Duke, back to North Carolina. So.
Did he get up in front of the team at all, or did scouting report or anything like that?
He was one of the coaches in our pregame film, just giving his assessment of the series and things we need to do well. And obviously, Coach Brown led most of it, but he was present.
What are some of the things that you guys need to do well against this team?
Most of the focus is on rebounding. When we went down there the last game, our last time playing in the regular season, they jumped on us in that first quarter because they made some shots, but most of them were, second, third, fourth opportunities, and you got to be able to win the possession game against them. Very similar to Utah, with that mindset of not turning the ball over, not allowing them extra possessions with offensive rebounds and things like that. Because the numbers when we play well against them, we've either been even or had more field goal attempts than they did, and we're able to get the tempo up. And when you're taking the ball out of bounds after makes, or fouling them and letting them get to the free throw line, or having to defend 3 or 4 possessions because you're giving up rebounds, and we can't get out and run like we want to. So we have to really focus on that, and team rebound is going to be huge.
Well, you have to play defense all over again.
For sure.
Is it going to be odd to see David Lee in a playoff series?
Nah, it'll be the same old. Just with we've seen him in different jerseys since he's left here, and he's a part of that Spurs identity. That is, I guess, saying that is weird, but we'll be ready for what he brings off the bench for them, for sure.
Do you stay in touch with him at all?
Yeah, good amount.
Steph, David West just mentioned how playing for the Spurs was a bucket list thing, but then coming here was something he really wanted to experience as well. I mean, what does that mean to you to hear that at this stage? Just how much he wanted to play with this group.
It means obviously we're doing good things, and he understands from asking people or watching or playing against us, and what kind of culture we have here, what we or how we try to play every night, how much fun we have doing what we do. We tried to get him the year before. He didn't want to have it, so maybe I got a little chip. It took us an extra year to get him on our team. But it's nice that he can bring some experience, having played in San Antonio last year, about just kind of the way they think and things that they might do, adjustments they might make. But at the end of the day, we have to go out and just execute, and he's a part of that too.
Kevin remarked yesterday he thought Utah was a good warm-up for these guys. They do a lot of the similar things. I mean, do you agree with that?
Yeah, I mean they have they have the same mindset of like I said, winning the possession game, grinding and being physical, wearing on the opposing team. They have a whole other animal, obviously, in low post scoring with LaMarcus that Utah really didn't necessarily have. But they execute, their sets and the things that they really want to do. They really are. Methodical is not a great word, but a great way of explaining just their mindset of getting flow and being purposeful about everything that they do. So it's going to be, like I said, they're a team that doesn't necessarily, rarely ever beats themselves. And you have to go in and outplay them, and that's why they're so consistent.
With Parker out, Ellis is starting, but Kawhi does a lot of facilitating. How good is he?
He demands a lot of attention. Obviously, he's a proven scorer. Gotten much more versatile with the way that he can impact the offensive end. And when you are a guy that demands that much attention, whether you're coming off a pick and roll or coming off a screen or even just coming in transition, you are able to open it up for other guys, and he has pretty good court vision. So you're gonna have to send bodies at him, but we're gonna have to rotate around, behind whoever's engaged in that defense on the ball. And it's going to take a lot of energy and focus and communication just to know where everybody is and be able to make the right reads at the right times.
So in the last series, they had a lot of success, San Antonio, leaving their big back in the pick and roll on James Harden, fighting over the screen. Do you think you guys can get them out of that with your shooting ability?
I hope they do that for us. Please do it. Do it. That would be. We have a lot of scorers that can do it a lot of different ways. Obviously, you don't want to fight their defense and try to keep doing things that they're trying to take away. You kind of want to, go to the spots where the defense gives you so that you can be able to make those plays and try to make it as easy as possible on yourself. But I feel like we have the versatility to be able to, attack those pick and rolls, and whether it's the guy with the ball ending up with the basket or if you're able to drive and kick, whatever the case may be, just try to make the right reads.
Steph, how much do you remember that draft 10 years ago, KD, and just the hype around who was going to be the guy? And how far have you seen Kevin come in 10 years?
Well, we were in the same freshman class of college, so I was always chasing KD's numbers. That my freshman year, anytime I had a good game, he was always like our points per game were like really close, and then he kind of took off down the stretch of that freshman year. But I knew he was pretty much a one and done type situation. I didn't follow the draft that much that year, but for somebody that has so much potential and hype around him to actually see it, to fruition with that kind of pressure and that kind of spotlight, and almost exceed expectations throughout his career, like it's a mark of a guy that wasn't complacent with where he was at any point and always wanted to get better, and he's done that.
Physically, at this point in the season, how much better do you feel now than you did a year ago at this time?
All besides my injury, I feel pretty much the same. But when you don't have to deal with anything like that, then it's obviously helpful. So hopefully that continues.
Greg Popovich said today, in terms of stopping your high-flying offense, he used the word pray.
Gamesmanship. I love it. I love it.
Is that good?
Does he ever talk to you from the sidelines while you're on the court?
Nah. Talked to him when he coached the All-Star team, and maybe I've seen him in the tunnel or something like that, but nothing on the sidelines.
You surprised at all about how David's fit in there? Or?
No, he can play, and he's a playmaker and great with the ball in his hands. I thought that'd be actually a great fit with his style, because he always is creating ball movement, and he's really good at kind of playing pick and roll and figuring out ways to slice through defenses. He's an amazing finisher at the rim, like we've always seen. So his game really fits their style and how much they move the ball.